What's going on, guys? It is the Bearded One, and I'm back with another beer review. And this can right here probably looks familiar to those of you who've been following the channel for a while now. I just love this Light Visions collections from Trim Tab down in Birmingham, Alabama. Fantastic. They're usually double IPAs, very hazy, along the lines of a New England style IPA. This one happens to be double dry hopped. For those of you unfamiliar with the term dry hopped, it just means they added hops to post boil, which is sometimes referred to as the cold side of brewing. Usually in the fermenter as they're fermenting the beer. This one comes in at 7.6% alcohol. It is brewed with Mosaic and Citra hops. There's your stats right there on the can. They have a quote on here from Willie Nelson: "Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results." So that's pretty interesting. Not much else to say about it. I'm sure I've said everything I can say about the Light Visions collection and Trim Tab in other videos. So this one will be hopefully shorter and sweeter. All of these beers come in 16 ounce cans or 1 pint size cans, for those of you curious. Looks like a Saison in appearance, in my opinion. Obviously very hazy. Looks like a Saison, or even darker, like a pineapple juice. It looks very juicy, I can't see through it at all. There's a lot of hop sediment in here, I would assume from that double dry hopping. Very citrusy, orange, pineapple, grapefruit. A little bit of pine, not overpowering like a West Coast IPA or anything. Some grassiness, not getting any earthiness. I don't feel like there's a lot of bitterness coming out in the aroma. Maybe a sweet, white, bready malt presence coming out of there. But other than that, it's about all I got. Get into the best part of a beer review. Very juicy. It's very flat in terms of carbonation. The mouthfeel feels somewhat wet. Yeah, it's not very astringent. I just learned. I didn't learn. I had the term astringency in terms of brewing and how it relates to brewing clarified for me a little better over the week. So I'm trying to use it and fit it into my vocabulary a little more for these reviews. So it is wetter. It's not drying. A more astringent beer would have a drying effect on the finish. Say a nice medium, solid bitterness factor. Overall, this thing is super juicy, very indicative of the New England style IPA more than any of the rest of their beers. Pineapple juice, big time. I'm getting a little bit of acidity in here, maybe from such citrus components. It's a tinge sour, but this is not a sour beer. I feel like the biscuity malt, it's kind of dancing in the foreground to the abundance of juice and the hops on display here. Really helps to bring just a little bit of I feel like the malt presence kind of adds a viscosity to it. This thing has a body on it. Definitely a viscous beer. I would say in the medium range. Not thick and chewy, but it's definitely not like water either. Really solid beer. I think this is my favorite of the Light Visions collection so far. I really like how juicy it is, and I like that I can tell there's a little bit of a malt presence in here. Helps it feel more like a beer, unlike some of the others in the collection. Although all of these have been B+ or A- beers in that range. This one I'm gonna bump up. I'm feeling a 4.25 out of 5. I know I'm skipping recommendations, but I just had to go on ahead and rank it. As far as recommendations go, if you're a New England IPA fan, pick this up if you can find it. If you're into the juicy pale ales, or just anything juicy, try this. I feel like these beers, this style of beer anyways, can help people get into the category of IPA and getting used to hops and what hops have to offer. If you're at the point where you know what craft beer has to offer and you're ready to get into IPA, maybe seek out the Light Visions collection if you live in Alabama or anywhere that sells Trim Tab beer. That'll do me. I know this was short and sweet. I didn't have a lot of information to give out. Trying to work on my speed on these videos so that you guys aren't bored to tears or ready to play another video. But that'll do me this time, guys. That's Theory of Abundance from Trim Tab Brewing. 4.25 out of 5. Until next time, guys. Cheers.